Today we're taking a look at sugar cookies. We're doing Aldi versus Betty Crocker, and we're actually going to keep the butter and the eggs the same. They're both from Walmart, partially because we couldn't actually find any eggs or butter because we had a hurricane here and our supply chain's kind of messed up right now. So anyway, moving on, we got the Aldi one first, and we got Betty Crocker here. The directions are basically the same. The only difference is Aldi needs an extra tablespoon of water. And opening them up, they are pretty similar. The one big bummer here is Aldi required scissors to open up, and I kind of hate that when packaging requires extra effort, so automatically it's minus a point there. Comparing the two different flour mixtures, they were very similar though. Taste wise, Betty was a lot better. So my gal Betty, she's doing great here. Putting the eggs in, mixing them together, they both were a pain. Sugar cookies are much better done in like a mixer if you've got it. So if you got a KitchenAid or even like a hand blender, probably do better than I did here. But it took me forever, so I wouldn't recommend doing it by hand because it really sucked. And there's my begrudging extra tablespoon of water for Aldi. And once we mixed them up, the taste was even more stark of a difference here with the dough. The Aldi dough was really kind of more crumbly and it tasted a little bit denser. And the Betty Crocker stuff was sweeter. And I don't know if it's just an issue of sea level stuff or whatever, but they were very similar in look, but pretty different in taste here. And I also liked Betty a lot more the whole time. I rolled them up in sugar. I only cooked 3 of each one here just so we could do a quick comparison. And they baked up pretty nicely. The biggest difference being that the Aldi ones didn't settle as much. The Betty Crocker ones went flat pretty quick. And overall though, they looked very similar here. When I opened them up flaming hot and burned my hands here, they were really similar on the inside. Couldn't really tell much of a difference, to be honest. Taste wise though, I really didn't like the Aldi ones when they were hot. Didn't taste as like a normal sugar cookie should. It wasn't very sweet and it felt like it was missing some components to it. But the kind of the twist here, when we let them cool off and I tried them, they tasted basically the same. Actually, the texture of the Aldi one was almost better because it was a thicker cookie. So right here in my initial comparison, I'm sitting here like, oh yeah, Betty Crocker's way better. It's not really a comparison. But over the next few days, trying it and let other people try some of them, we all kind of agreed they were really similar. Honestly, I couldn't say which one's better because, well, the only difference was the thickness. So if you like a thicker sugar cookie, the Aldi one might be better. Might be kind of like a shortbread sugar cookie. And then the Betty Crocker one is just kind of a classic sugar cookie. And if you throw some frosting on here, they'd probably be pretty good. But my initial impression of Betty being better, I think was wrong. Let us know if you like this, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.